everyone, this is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be the all signs reading. What do you need to know? Potluck, whatever you want to, can call it potluck or whatever you need to know. It's just whatever the universe wants to tell all the signs this week. And this is a general reading, so understand it may or may not resonate with you. Roles can be reversed, and it is timeless for whenever you find it. You're probably meant to find it or find something in it. And feel free to watch any of your, your placements, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, of course, whatever you're drawn to. Now, these are what do you need to know, so they're not necessarily love. It's whatever wants to come up for each and every sign this week. And we just let the universe just have its way with us. So we're going to go ahead and dive in, and we're going to start with Aries. Aries, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me this week, thank you so much. Okay, so your overall energy is the Page of Swords. So, are you doing some spying on someone or someone doing some spying on you? Not necessarily. It's one card of spying along with the Page of Pentacles. But I'm definitely feeling like there's probably some checking in. Definitely picking that up. So let's see here. So it looks like to me there was in and out in this connection. I'm picking up relationship vibes, so I'm just going to go with it. Looks like there was some in and out that led to a separation, which caused some longing. And then that ultimately, I think there's somebody here. I want to say, I really feel like this is you, Aries. That you thought about taking a risk on, like, I think that there was this impulsive desire over, wanting to, like, when you thought about this person, when you thought about this connection, it was something that you couldn't shake. It was something that, there was this just kind of obsession, obsessive thinking, obsessive, just obsessive thought patterns that caused you to almost be irrational at times is what I'm getting. Irrational for you, and it caused some disruption in your life. It has been causing disruption, and then I really feel like that it was just this in and out energy, so much for it was disrupting your life so much, Aries, that you felt like, you had to get up and walk away from this. And this is why there's this separation, that has taken place. So what I want to do is I want to find more out about who this person is that Aries is separated from, that has put this, that has caused some disruptions in their life. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about who this person is. Who is this person to Aries? Okay, so I'm still picking up on this in and out energy. It's somebody, that probably just, was wanting have a little bit of fun, I think you both really desired each other quite a bit. With the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Cups being here, I really am getting this mutual desire, and it was like you both had kind of a hope that this cycle was going to turn in your favor with this Wheel of Fortune, that you thought things were going to get going, that they were going to get moving, that they were going to go in a good direction. But unfortunately, you had to walk away from this. And let's see. I was going to pull on this Eight of Cups down here to see if I can get some clarification on this Eight of Cups. So, yeah, this was somebody that you really had a lot of feelings for, which is why there was this obsession, like this impulsive obsession that you had, that just kind of this obsessive thinking. I really am picking up, it was kind of like this obsessive energy, you know, because there was this draw, there was this desire toward this person. It was like you couldn't, you know, there was this attraction to them that you just couldn't shake. But it's unfortunately, there just wasn't, it just wasn't equal, you know, it wasn't an equal give and take. It was just this in and out kind of energy. And so I feel like you gave to this situation with this Knight of Cups being here. You know, I think that you were almost hoping for an apology. I feel like you were hoping for an apology from this person, and when you didn't get it, you felt like it was in your best interest to walk away from this situation when this person hasn't, you know, I think, you know, time passed and they didn't reach out. They, you know, and you were hoping for them to reach out to have this apology. And when you realized that that wasn't going to happen, you decided to walk away from the situation. So let's see if we can get 3 final cards on the outcome. I think the outcome for this week, now that we kind of know the story, can we get the outcome, please? So it looks like to me, I really feel like even though you you have desire for this person, a lot of desire for this person, I'm picking up on that, you know, there might be another soul connection that might a new connection that might be about to present itself. I think it's on the precipice, because we have the 6 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So I think that, you know, there's somebody out there that is on the horizon that is, you know, maybe close in your sphere of energy, you know, that is in your horizon, that there might be a new beginning for you in love. And this, I believe, you know, I'm getting soulmate energy off of this 6 of Cups. I'm getting, you know, I don't feel like it's the same person. So I think that this is someone new. I mean, it could be with the 6 of Cups. It could be someone from your past that you do know, you know, someone that you've crossed paths with, or of that nature. But I really am picking up there is something new on the horizon for you, Aries. So that's what I have for you. I hope if that resonated with you or you like that message, I'd love for you to hit that like button for me. I'd enjoy any comments that you want to leave as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time. And if you feel so moved to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, you know, be here and be part of my soul group here. Thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Taurus and see what we have for Taurus this week. Hello, Taurus. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a really good week this week. This is a general message, and roles can be reversed. And feel free to watch any signs that you feel moved to watch, because anything can resonate with you. So it looks like for you, 4 of Swords, just getting rest and recuperation. I'm really picking up like something physical, and then we have the 9 of Swords, anxiety. Yeah, definitely picking up physical. This is going to be more about your physical health. Taurus, I'm really getting picking up that strongly. So so it looks like to me there's something that Taurus that you're needing to let go and walk away from. Now, I'm really getting that this is possibly a way of thinking with the amount of swords that are out on this table right now. We have the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. That is a heck of a lot of swords, which talks to me about mental mind issue, something that is going on mentally. And with this Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords, it's something that has been really stressing you out and is really causing you. I'm picking up this with this Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords being your overall energy. That's something that you has been on your mind, that you have been thinking about turning over, especially with the Page of Swords being in the middle of the spread here, something that you have gone over and over and over, played over and over again in your mind, because the Page of Swords is kind of, a card of learning. It's a card of trying to gain knowledge. It's and especially from a mental standpoint, it's like trying to, it's like that new idea, or doing something in a different way, or trying to get, that understanding from a mental perspective, a logical perspective. And it's like there's something that's just been plaguing you. But I see with this for a long time with this Temperance card in, and you've had to have a lot of patience, with yourself even, or with the situation at hand. And this has caused some physical harm to you in some way. And I'm saying, this has caused, probably you've had some kind of medical conditions that have come up. Now I'm going to say I'm not a medical doctor, so if this reading is resonating with you, if you've realized that you have more aches and pains than normal, or that just some things are coming up that might be off for you, that you're just not feeling like yourself, it might be worth, seeking a professional to get something checked out. Because I have a feeling if this is resonating with you, there's something that might be, there might be something from the anxiety that might be causing some physical things to come up. If you think about the word dis-ease, it's dis-ease. It's something that you're not at ease about. And I am a true believer that we manifest a lot of our illness through mental anxieties and fears and such like that, and how we perceive things in the world around us. And the way we think and believe, we can manifest something, an illness, into reality at times. And I'm kind of picking that up a little bit with how much mental stuff is going on here for you, Taurus. And I think Tauruses are kind of known to be a little bit of overthinkers in a way as well. So just be cautious about that, but I do, with this Ace of Pentacles sitting here, I do feel like this is that there's a break in this. I think that there is a new beginning. It's slow, but it happens after you let go. It's let going of whatever this is that's tormenting you, that's causing you this mental anguish. And it might, with the Hangman being here, might require a new perspective on things, so that you can take control of the situation for yourself. So I think that wraps up the message. I'll go ahead and pull 3 final cards from the universe to see if there's anything that they want to add. But I think that got to the heart of the message of what the universe wants to talk about, that it might be wise. There's something that you definitely need to let go of, Taurus, something, it's either a way of thinking, or you're going to know. It's going to be different for each and every person, so you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. So only you know what's going on in your own life. So I have here, the final cards are the Hangman. So it's just reinforcing you might need to gain a new perspective on something. Whatever's been plaguing you, you need to look at it differently, from a different viewpoint. The Hangman turns upside down so they can see things from a different point of view. Get things from a different perspective. And that's how you're going to have victory. 6 of Wands here. And And again, they reinforce that Eight of Cups. When you let go, you'll have victory when you let go of the current way you're thinking and think of, when you get this new perspective. When you let go of the old way, gain a new perspective, you're going to have that Six of Wands, that victory over, whatever's been plaguing you. I think that's a pretty straightforward message. So if that resonated with you on any level, or if you like that message, I would appreciate you liking this video. It helps my channel grow. Also, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. I do a few readings every week, and I would love to have you. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you once again. And that's what I have for you, Taurus. So now, Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Hello, any Cancerians out there that decided to join us this week. This is what you need to know. It's my potluck. I just let the universe talk. So if you didn't watch the intro, this is just whatever wants to come through for your sign for this week, whatever message. So your overall energy, nice energy there. You know what? I just realized I skipped over Gemini, and there's a reason for that. So we're going to go with it. Sorry, but we're doing Cancer first, a little bit out of order. And I'll make sure in the timestamps that I put the correct order. I'll put the timestamps accordingly. So I know it's going to be a little bit out of order, but there's a reason. So I am just going with it. I'm not sure why, but maybe we'll figure that out. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So Cancer. I don't know why I skipped over Gemini, but we did. So maybe there's a reason for it. We'll see. But I'll definitely do you next, Gemini. If you're even watching this, I'm guessing Geminis won't. But hello, Cancer, and thank you for joining me. So we have interesting. So you have a little bit of conflicting energies here this week, Cancer, that you're going to be sitting in. Because we have for your overall energy, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is that independent energy, being independent, being happy and content in your life, being okay with yourself and your world around you. But at the center of your spread, you have the Ten of Swords, which talks about something that is plaguing you, that is painful. And I'm really picking up on that this might be, I'm picking up on, honestly, a vibe of having difficulty with feeling successful in your life. Like there might be a challenge around that. I don't know if it's something that's been ongoing or something that's current, but with this Six of Wands here, that's the victory card, but I'm getting that there's difficulty with that because of the Ten of Swords being in the center of your spread, and there's also the Five of Wands that's sitting right there next to that victory card. So it's like, I think there's been some difficulties when you try it around success for you, Cancer. And, finding that Ten of Cups, what you perceive as your happiness, but understand you're close. You're close. If you're sitting in this place where you're having doubts, I think this reading is coming through to tell you, that things are better than you think that they are, than you're maybe perceiving them to be. Because you know what comes after, with that Nine of Pentacles here, you know, things are better than you think that they are, especially, with this Ten of Cups here too. I think, that your wishes and desires are your, if you haven't been seeing the successes that you've been hoping to see in your life, which has got you a little dashed, your self-confidence a little dashed, they are on the horizon. It may be slow coming, so you may not be aware of it, you may not see it, but it is on the horizon. And I think that that you may get communication about this. You may have incoming communication that might be on its way. You may not see it yet. And this is going to require, on your part, working with other people, getting out, networking, working with other people, and letting your guard down. Because you've been sitting in this pain, you've got a little bit of a guard up, a little bit of a wall up, because I think, and it makes sense, because you're afraid of being let down again. You're afraid to put yourself out there, fully, and take those risks and chances, because you might be there's that little bit of fear and anxiety about it not succeeding in the way that you hope for, because you've been let down in the past. So I think that the real message here is understand that there may be communication coming, that might help you have this new beginning that will be successful, but it is going to require networking and working with others, to maybe get that communication or that understanding around that new possibility, that's out there, that is out there for you. So it's going to require, like I said, putting yourself out there a little bit, and that's going to require you stepping out of that little bit of defensive energy, and that having the courage to put yourself out there, like I said. And I think that you'll find what you're looking for. It just is going to be, it's an Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be something stable. It's going to be something solid. But Ace of Pentacles can also be slow too, But I think that you're going to realize the opportunity once, once I said, once you put your fears down and get out and network and work with others in the community. So we're going to go ahead and get 3 final cards to wrap this message up for this week. Okay, well, those 3 cards right there wanted to come out. And why are those upside down? We're going to go with it because they came out upside down. So the final cards I have here are the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Magician in the reverse as well. So this is really talks to me about that, like I said, that you kind of are leery about having those passionate new beginnings, because there's heartbreak around this. Like I said, I have a feeling that you've tried things in the past and they haven't led to the success that you hope for. So there's this fear of being let down again, that when you try new things, that they may not be successful, they may not go in your favor. So you feel like, with that Magician in the reverse, like you don't have the power to, have the success that you want in your life, Cancer. But know that you do have that power. You just aren't, you're just in this place of self-doubt. You've gotten there because things haven't gone your way in the past. And so, I think, that's the way I said, that defensiveness was kind of, doubting yourself, doubting that you have the ability, because there's this fear of failing again, because you've had failures in the past. And so you're afraid of failing once again if you try again. So that's that Magician in reverse. It's saying, that's that fear of trying again, and putting yourself out there, the Ace of Wands, to having those passionate do beginnings towards something you desire, because you've been hurt in the past. And I think that, the universe is saying there is that stable beginning that will be successful out there. But you have to step out of that fear of failure and take that risk and chance and put yourself out there and work with others, and you'll find the right opportunity. That's what I have for you, Cancer. So if that resonates with you, I appreciate it if you hit that like button for me. I'd also love for you to join my channel. I'd love to have you. I do a few different readings each and every week. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking time to join me this week, today, and this week, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much. So now we will go on to Gemini. Since Gemini kind of, I don't know why I skipped over Gemini. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the cards just wanted to come out in the order they did. For Cancer, maybe there was I'm going to say that the order that the cards were in, that Cancer just needed to, the cards were being read for Cancer a while ago. So, and that's why I jumped over Gemini, but I didn't forget you, so we're going to do you now, Gemini. Thank you so much. If you're a Gemini that's tuning in and joining us, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to join me today or this week, whenever you're watching this. So what do we have for Gemini this week? This is whatever you want, whatever you need to know. It's very open-ended. I let the universe talk about whatever it wants to talk about for your sign. And feel free to watch any other signs that you're compelled to watch. I think that everything, when you're compelled, when you're drawn toward watching something, there's usually a reason. There's usually a message in there for you. You may not realize it at the time, but if you're drawn to it, there's always a reason why. So, okay. So, interesting cards. Yeah, let's see. So, interesting enough. Well, we're going to start out. You have your overall energy is the Five of Pentacles. And then with your center card of the spread is the King of Pentacles. So I have a feeling that this talks about your stability, Gemini. It's really feeling like I'm really picking up on there's this worry and fear around your stability. Like maybe I'm really picking up, there is in this card deck, the key to that door, this person feels like they're out in the cold, or they're sitting abandoned outside this door, but the key is actually right there behind them. They just don't see it. They're not, they don't see that they're really not stuck. They're really not stuck, that they're just, they're so down and they're so sad. They're so stuck in their own thoughts, in their own head, that they don't realize that the key is sitting right there. The key to open the door is there to let them in. And so, the key to, you being or having, sitting in this King of Pentacles energy in your life is right there. It's there, and you may not feel like that at the moment. You may not feel like you're that King of Pentacles. You may not see that you're that King of Pentacles, but with this being at the center of your spread, I feel like, the universe is trying to tell you, hey, you can be, you have this energy. You can be this King of Pentacles. You have that ability. You're just not seeing it right now. You actually may be this King of Pentacles, but you're not seeing it that way. You're not looking at it that way. I feel like it's almost when you're not, how do I want to put it? When there's things going on in your life, because you're so used to them, you're so used to, okay, good example, water we drink, food we eat, the house we live in. Sometimes we forget how lucky we are and how grateful we are for having those things, because there's people in the world that don't have those things. So it's that kind of a perspective of, sometimes we forget how lucky we really are, or all the things that we really have, the qualities that we possess. And I feel like that's the case. Like, this is the message that the universe is coming through for you, Gemini, that they're wanting to let you know that, you do have that power, but, with this devil here, I have a feeling right next to the sun that you tend to sabotage your own happiness. You tend to get in your head, Five of Swords, get in your head, Gemini, and sabotage your own happiness at times because you forget to count your blessings. That's where I'm kind of getting that. It finally came through. But it's like, you kind of sometimes forget to count your blessings and see, think about all the things that you're grateful for in your life. And so sometimes you sabotage your own happiness because you're overthinking and you're getting in your own head at times. And this is really the case with this Chariot. I'm really, chariots, a lot of times, of course, can talk about communication, but that's not, in this context, that's not what I'm picking up. In this context, these two horses are usually represent like your conscious, can represent your conscious and subconscious, your unconscious self and your conscious self. And so you have to bring yourself into alignment. It's, those two things can have minds of their own in a sense. And so in this card, it depicts those two horses depict, when we're of two minds, when we're going in different directions, when it's that bringing ourselves in alignment and so that we can move in a specific direction. Because when like our outside world doesn't match our inside world, or our conscious thoughts don't match our subconscious thoughts, when we're not in alignment, our heart and head isn't in alignment, when we aren't in balance, when there's something off, it's like trying to rein those two horses in. And so that's where we can have that conflict, because there's, when we get in our head because we overthink things, or we have fear or anxiety, and it's getting that under control, getting it under control so that we're in alignment, so that we can, of one heart and mind, get ourselves in alignment so that we can move in one singular direction. And I think that I'm really picking up that's the overall message. I really think even with the Justice and the Hierophant being here, I think that it just adds to that overall message. The Justice is that balance. It's balancing the scales. It's bringing things into alignment. It's just another card that talks about needing to weigh things up, balance things out, understand. It's in a sense, like if you think about, justice in terms of the law, it's putting something right. So it's, to me, it's that need for appreciation and gratitude, that because you feel like you're here, and, you're out in the cold, but really you're here, you just don't see it. Because you're getting in your own way, Gemini. That's what I really have. But I think with this Hierophant card, that that can be the card of the Pope, but it talks about understanding and values and tradition. What your values are, what your understanding, your deeper understanding, of the structure in your life, of building those solid foundations of structure in your life from a mental perspective. So it's that, knowing that you are this, believing and knowing you are that King of Pentacles, and you can have, you are in this power, you can be in this energy of having a stable, productive, abundant life. So we'll go ahead and pull the final three cards. I actually think that was a pretty good reading. If it's resonating with you, I would love for you to hit that like button for me, Gemini. It helps my channel grow. I also would love to have you subscribe to my channel. I do 3 different readings each and every week. I do weekend love vibes and a soul weather forecast in this one every week. And then I also do, I've been starting to do monthly overview readings as well for each and every sign. So, what we have for final cards from the universe are, again, the King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, I love, the messages have been just reinforcing. I love when the final cards come out and they reflect cards that are in the spread, because it just compounds and it reinforces that message. And we have the King of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands and the Chariot. So, this is, it's that you got to fight for what you want. If you want to be that King of Pentacles, you got to believe it. And you got to stand up for yourself and believe it, believe it. Get, with what we talked about with that Chariot, it's reinforcing that message of you gotta get, everything in alignment in your life. Believe, move in that singular direction, get your head, that mental confusion that you're having that's causing you to doubt where you are or not see where you are, or to think lesser of yourself or think that you're lacking in something. I'm getting a card of feeling like you're lacking, you're not lacking, you just need to get things under control, get your mind in one singular focus, so that you can move in, once you have things under control, you're going to be able to move swiftly toward the things that you desire, that'll, where you can have that abundance in your life, where you can take charge of your life and take action, with that determination, But it's going to require getting your mind under control, and to stop causing yourself mental anguish, so to speak, and stop sabotaging your own happiness, Gemini. Because you're the one that's sabotaging it according to this. So that's what I have for you this week. I thank you so much for taking time to watch this. And like I said, I hope it resonated with you. And if so, always hit that like button. I'd love it. I'd love to hear from you as well. If you have any comments for me, I'd love to go ahead and leave those down below so that I can see what you have to say. Whether, even if it's just, I don't mind if you say it doesn't resonate, because I know not every message is going to resonate with everyone. These are general messages, so everybody's in different places, so it's not going to always resonate. But if it does, I'd love to hear from you that it does as well. Okay, now that we kind of got things a little bit backwards, go on to Leo. So, hello, Leo. Hello. Oh. Hello. So, you know what? I feel like that's the card that wanted to come out. I am going to take stock of that Page of Cups, but it didn't want to come out. If it comes out again in the reading, but I feel like you're wanting to move slowly, make a small offering of love in a direction, but okay. Let's see what comes out. Because of that Cups, I'm picking up on possibly some relationship energy for you. And then the Two of Cups. I said I was picking up on relationship energy, and the Two of Cups is the center of your spread. And so, interesting. So Leo, what I have for you this week, it looks like you may be waiting for communication from someone that's significant to you. With that Two of Cups in the center of spread, it's like Three of Wands, you've been waiting to hear from someone. You're thinking about moving on to new shores, new horizons, getting ready to move in a direction. And I really feel like it's possibly in a different direction from this, I think you're wanting to head in a different direction for love is what I'm getting, because I think that you were waiting for communication and you've been really holding back, that you've been in a place that you've been holding back, you've been keeping to yourself, holding back, not really expressing yourself, because you were waiting to hear communication. You were hoping to get this communication. And I think that after, doing some, thinking and I'm going to say researching, because we do have the Page of Pentacles, so that can be in some contexts can be a card of spying. But I think after you learn something, I'm going to say after you learn something, you decided that, that there was some things that you just didn't like about the situation. You realize that I'm almost picking up a sense of it was too much for you and you just needed to move on. Like you felt like you couldn't be your full self around this person, and you got tired of waiting, you got tired of holding back, you wanted to express love, but you felt like you couldn't in some way, especially when this person wasn't communicating in a way that you needed them to. That's what I'm almost picking up, is the person that this is maybe referring to, like you had almost like a difference in love languages. Like you weren't on the same page. Like you had a very hard time communicating with this person. Like you felt like you couldn't fully express yourself. I'm getting that with that Four of Pentacles, that holding back. I really feel like you weren't able to express yourself, and because of that, it led to deceptions. But I get this as deceptions in twofold. Deceiving yourself that this was going to work, that this is something that you maybe wanted, because I think that after you had some time to think about this and did some, found some things out, as that Page of Pentacles found some things out, and you didn't hear from this person, you were waiting on that communication and didn't receive it. And while you were waiting, you started realizing some things. You started realizing that maybe, you maybe didn't want this as much as you thought you did. You didn't want this as much as you thought you did, because you felt like you weren't on the same page with this person, that you couldn't express yourself, that you couldn't maybe fully be yourself with this person. And I think you started to kind of realize that. And that's why you're thinking about, you're looking at possibly going in a different direction now. That you're ready to kind of to put that in the past a little bit, and look for, manifest your 10 of cups, or sorry, 10 of Pentacles. I said 10 of cups. So, the 10 of Pentacles can encompass that as well. But you're looking at, something that's more stable, that's more going to be, your everything, something that's more stable and your everything. You're wanting to manifest a better life for yourself, or something new for yourself. And like I said, you're looking out on that horizon at those new things. So that's where you're going to be this week, is looking, if you're not there, you may be about to be there, where you're going to be looking for new opportunities, looking out. I think that you've made the decision to move on from this. Like you're no longer going to wait for that communication, that I think you're kind of getting in a little bit of energy of indifference. And then for the final card, we have the Six of Swords. So it's that moving on, it is that moving on. And I felt that from the beginning with that Three of Wands, like looking out at Well, those are the two cards that want to come with that. So looking out on new horizons, looking out and seeing what's out there and thinking, and definitely with the Six of Swords, wanting to move on and move forward. And then we have the Page of Cups. Well, the Page of Cups, funny enough, if you remember at the beginning, I said I saw that Page of Cups, but it didn't want to come out. And I said if it came back up, then I would take, I would take stock of it, but not, I would see if it came back up in the read. Well, it didn't come back in the first deck, but in these final cards from a second deck, it came back up as, in the final messages, as well as with the Two of Swords. So it is taking your cup, wanting to start small. I think that it's kind of that, kind of test the waters, I think is what I'm really getting. That because you're still not quite sure if you're ready to put yourself out there or not, Leo. You definitely have made the decision to move on and move forward with your life, and you are looking at what's out there. But I think you're starting small. You're kind of testing the waters, dipping your toe in. And I think with that Two of Swords, it's because you're not sure yet if you're ready yet or not. You're still kind of, you're not 100% sure whether you're ready or not to make that leap. Standing at the shore looking out, you're not quite ready to make that leap yet. You're looking at it, you're thinking it, you're desiring it, but you're not there yet. So that's what I have for you, Leo. If that message resonates with you, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button for me. I appreciate it very much. Also, feel free to leave any comments down below. And I would love to have you subscribe to my channel and join me for the other reads that I do each and every week, and the monthly overviews I do for every sign. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me this week, Leo. Okay, so. Okay, next up is Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Hello, any Virgos out there that decided to join me this week. Thank you so much for whenever you're watching this message or this reading. So this is this reading is what do you need to know? What do you need to know for this week for your sign? It's whatever the universe wants to talk about. It's whatever comes through on the cards for me for your sign. So it can be anything under the blue moon. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't gear it toward a specific question. I just let the universe, I channel whatever comes through on the cards when they come up. So what do you have for Virgo this week, universe? What do you have for Virgo this week, universe? Thank you so much if you join me this week again. I do appreciate everyone that takes time out of their busy schedule to watch me. Well, Virgo, it's really making me shuffle for you this week. Really making me shuffle. What do you have for Virgo, please, this week? What's Virgo's message for this week, please? What do you want to talk to Virgo about? What do they need to know? Sorry, Virgo, the universe is really, okay, making me shuffle. Well, okay. Okay, I don't know if you're dealing with a Leo or if you have Leo in your chart, but I'm going to say, it might be worth watching that reading because you're sitting in the exact same energy as Leo this week, that Three of Wands, and I'm picking up almost a similar vibe, a little bit of that, looking out on new horizons, like looking in I'm really picking up for you, Virgo, is ready to move on, ready. Well, I got that a little bit for Leo as well. Like I said, I guess it's almost a similar energy, but there's a slight difference to it. There's a slight, where Leo's was, ready to put themselves out there, ready to move on in a new direction, like to test the waters. I really feel for you, Virgo, this is very similar, but I think it's more you're just looking at what's out there. I think it's more that um, just wanting to, I'm getting more of that, wanting to see what your possibilities and opportunities are. I don't think that you're ready to step out into that water and go forward yet. I'm not picking that up. So that's the slight difference between you and Leo, that slight difference in energy, where Leo is definitely in that ready to dip their toe in the water and move in a new direction. You're just looking out at the opportunities. You're consciously making the decision to look at what opportunities surround you, not necessarily ready to move. And especially with the Six of Cups here, I really am picking up, thinking about things, looking back over your past, looking at what's been going on in your life, and with the devil here, and the tower, there's definitely been some issues here. Something has ended. Something, whenever a tower falls, sometimes it's because there's something in our lives that was not serving us, and especially with this devil being here, there's some kind of toxic behavior, or obsession. Well, an obsession is definitely a toxic behavior, but there was an obsession here, some kind of toxic behavior that needed to come to an end. That's why that tower fell. The foundation had to crumble on whatever that was. And I think, you're starting to try and figure that out, I believe I'm going to say, if I'm picking up this with the King and Queen of Wands here, and the King of Wands being the center of your spread, Virgo. And like I said, it's interesting that, Leo came up, that you guys had the same card. So if you're tied to a Leo, or if you have Leo in your placement, that you may be connected to a Leo in some aspect. If it's a relationship, relationship dynamic, there could have been something toxic in the relationship dynamic that needed to end, that something shook things up. And so it put you guys both in a little bit different energies if you were dealing with a Leo. If this is just, somebody that, you're both sitting in this very passionate fire energy that you have a lot of desire and passion for, but the thing about that fire energy is that it can be a lot of heated arguments as well. Passion, when there's a lot of desire, sometimes there's not that stable foundation of things. You both can be very passionate about the way you feel about things, and if you're not on the same page, it can be arguments and conflicts within a relationship that can be toxic. And it's also, it's a kind of relationship that can take a lot of strength, especially if there are a lot of arguments when it comes to communication. And I feel like that's where it really is. And I even, I really feel like I'm really feeling you and Leo are tied in some way this week, because we have, I'm picking up that toxicity is around communication, that there was issues around communication, which is, like I said, it can be arguments. It can be, there was something that wasn't stable here, and it had to come crumbling down. But I believe with this death card being here, that's ending and coming to an end, and you're ready for a new beginning in love. And I think, Virgo, where Leo was, like they were waiting for that communication, or like waiting for the right communication, where they felt like they couldn't really express themselves in the way that they want to express themselves in the relationship dynamic that they were in. I feel like with you, Virgo, it's more like you just felt like it's there's also that toxicity around communication, but I feel like, you're wanting to end the, like, if it's arguments, or you brought this to an end, or you're wanting it to end, or maybe something happened in the relationship that made this that was out of your control, with this tower being here, that something fell apart. And so I think like I said, you're looking at opportunities, like looking out on the horizon of what's out there, of the possibilities, and trying to think about the direction you want to go, like trying to, make that decision. The two of wands is usually, needing to make a decision, where the three of wands is usually having an idea of what direction you want to go. And I think with that direction, you're starting to realize what you want to do with your ace of cups, and what direction you want to go with that. But you're not, there's still something holding you back. There's still a little bit of fear of doing that, whether that is, wanting to give that cup the direction you're going in, is to try and bring about a new beginning to the situation. And because I do see something has ended, something toxic has ended. So this could be that it could lead to something better. But that's kind of unknown. I don't have any cards on the table that help. Maybe we can go ahead and pull the final three cards to see if we can get anything to help understand, like advice, or understand if your new beginning is to start over in this situation, which is that going to be to your benefit or not? What is that going to look like? Because I mean, for every Virgo, I think it's going to be different, which is why there's not a clear-cut possible outcome maybe here, because some Virgos are going to decide to take their cup elsewhere. They're, the direction they've decided to go is to go elsewhere with their cup of love. For some Virgos, they are going to revisit this. But like I said, the difference was where Leo was definitely at a place where they were ready to move on. They were moving on to calmer waters. They were moving away from, that toxicity. For you, I think you're trying to get the strength to move in the direction you want to go, whether that's to revisit this same connection, to start over in love in this new connection, or the same connection, or to break away from it. You're just not quite, in that place yet, is what I feel, Virgo. Can I get three final cards, universe, three final cards? Maybe that might be some advice here. So either way, I think that the universe is... the final advice here, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Star. So I really feel like this is just, standing in your power and taking action, and working toward what you feel is right for you. I think that's why, there wasn't really a clear cut of whether this is, this new start, this new, where you want to bring your cup of love, whether that's back into this connection, or in a new direction. It's whatever you're contemplating it, because like I said, that Three of Wands energy is someone that's made a decision. They've made a decision to go in a direction, but you are gathering strength to go in that direction, whatever that is for you. And the universe is saying, that you're going to have to work where whatever that direction is. you're going to have to take charge of the situation and work on it to make, to have what you desire, is basically what I get for you, Virgo. But I really feel like you should listen to that Leo reading if you're moved to, because I think there's a lot of similarities, like I said, if you have Leo placements, or if you have Leo, if you're dealing with a Leo, probably a good one to watch, because I think you guys had similar readings. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. If the message resonated with you, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button down below. Feel free to leave any comments for me. Thank you so much. I'd love it also if you'd think about subscribing to my channel. I appreciate anyone that decides to join me. I do a few readings each and every week. So thank you once again. Okay. So Libra. Hello, Libra. Any Librans out there that decided to join me this week, thank you so much. I do appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that takes time out of their busy schedule to join me. I thank you so very much. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. This is what do you need to know, what your sign needs to know. It's just whatever the universe wants to talk to your sign about. Messages it can be completely, it's just whatever I channel from the cards that comes up for your sign, Libra. So, looks like you're in some tough energies this week, Libra, or maybe dealing with some stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like you're going to have, you might be having a rough time of it, what I'm picking up. You're having a rough time of it. It looks like to me you're trying to manifest change. You're trying to gather the strength to move on from something. I'm gonna say this might have been a connection. Honestly, though, I'm really picking up that this is more a generic read. For some people, it's going to be a romantic connection. Excuse me. Some people, it's going to be a romantic connection. Others of you, it's going to be, it could be any situation. It could be a job. It could be it just could be a relation, a friendship. I mean, it could be anything. I'm not picking up anything specific right now for you, Libra, but your overall energy you're sitting in is the Six of Swords, moving away from something. Your center of your spread is the strength. You're trying to gather strength. I really am feeling like you are trying to tame the beast inside you. I think that you are having a very hard time, Libra. I think you're trying to gain control over your way of your thinking process right now. I feel like that you're obsessively thinking about something, and I think you're trying to manifest the strength to get out of this overthinking, this obsessive thinking you're doing about a situation. You're trying to get out of that and move on. You're trying to, I think you're really just tired of whatever this is that's plaguing you, that's on your mind, that's plaguing you. You really are desiring to get out of that energy. I think, that there is this energy of, it definitely is tied to something that, that you have a lot of feelings about, like that you're very emotional about, that it's definitely with this Queen of Cups here, I'm feeling like there was just an intense amount of emotions tied to this situation. Definitely tied to this. And so, you're really thinking about it, you're dwelling on it, it's got you, you're just turning it over and over and over again, and you're trying to gain clarity, you're trying to figure out how to move on, to get past this, to get the strength. So you're gonna just be in some rough energies, but I see, like I said, you're trying to manifest the strength to overcome this way of thinking, this whatever's plaguing your mind. You're trying to get out of your mind, get the strength to move past it, the clarity to to get that conflict out of your mind, to put it to rest. You're trying to put it to rest. Put a sword in it and put it to rest is what you're trying to get the strength so that you're not obsessively thinking about this, because it's something that you feel, like I said, you have a lot of emotion around. That Queen of Cups, I'm just picking up the depth of the emotion around it, which is why it's plaguing you, and you're turning it over and over and over in your head, and it's making things tough on you, and I really feel like you're a little closed off. You're guarded to the outside world. You're just I really feel like you're not your full self this week, Libra. You're gonna be you're still fighting to heal something, to get past something, and yeah, you're trying to close out a really, really difficult cycle that's been really hard for you, Libra. So we have the Devil in your main spread, and we had the Devil that showed up again in the final cards from the universe, along with the World and the Ten of Wands. So this burden, you're done with this burden. You're ready for this cycle to end. You're ready to move on from this. You're tired of this plaguing you. You're tired of that, this plaguing you, and you're ready to, it's, just reinforcing, you're ready to start a new cycle. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move on to calmer waters. You're wanting to end this. You're manifesting the strength to get past this, this burden that you've been under. So I really feel like it's somebody that's healing something deep within them, that's really trying to heal something on a deep emotional level is what I get. That's what I have for you, Leo, or Libra. That was a pretty intense message. And if this does resonate with you, I send you love and light your way. Whoever resonates with this, you're definitely going through some very, very hard things right now. Almost picking up on, some depression, definitely picking up, a depression energy. So if if you're really, really struggling mentally, I hope that you'll get the help. Go out and reach out to somebody to get the help that you need. If you don't feel like you can talk to a professional, hopefully there's somebody in your life that you can talk to that might help you sort through your feelings and what you're experiencing to help you get past that. Because I see you desiring definitely to get the strength to get past that. And when I see a desire, a strong desire to manifest strength, that means that this is really weighing on you heavily, especially when we saw that Ten of Wands come out, and we had the Nine of Swords as well in the spread. So that talks about somebody that is going through almost a dark night of the soul, Libra. So if that's you, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you understand that when we hit, we all have our rock bottoms at times. We all have those dark moments, but you will get past it. There are brighter days ahead. There's always brighter days ahead. Once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up from there. Things will only get better from there. And I see a Libra that's on the verge of getting past this, that's that's getting close to things moving in a different direction. Don't lose hope yet, because things are going to get better. So if that resonated with you, I would love to hear from you if you feel inclined to comment below. But I know that was kind of a heavy message, so it might be something you don't feel like sharing. That's up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to Scorpio, I think's next. So give me just a second, Scorpio. Libra's message was a little bit tough there, so trying to shake off that a little bit, put a little bit more energy back into your reading. So hello, Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio, and thank you for joining me. So let's see what we have for you. This is what you need to know, what the universe wants to talk to you about. It's just whatever I channel on the, whatever comes through on the cards, that the message that I channeled through them that wants to come through for your sign this week. And I have no idea what's going to come through. So it can be on any topic it wants to talk about. So what do you have for Scorpio this week? Please, universe, what do you have for Scorpio this week? What message do you have for them? This is a general message, and it's timeless for whoever finds it. Understand that roles can be reversed. So if this is talking about a relationship, it can be reversed. Not every message is going to resonate with every single person out there. So keep that in mind, because these are general readings. So if it doesn't, then it's just not your story. And, maybe the next one will be. So let's see what we have for you, Scorpio. Okay, who are you desiring? I see you reminiscing and desiring someone from your past. Scorpio, you really are desiring someone from your past. So, and I see this is something that you're somebody you're dreaming about, somebody I get that you are missing, that you're dreaming about, that you're wanting to start something new. I have the Six of Cups in your overall energy, reminiscing, thinking back on something. And then your center card, Scorpio, is you're in the King of Wands energy as your center card of the spread. So that's, I felt, desire to reach out to someone. I think that you want to have a new beginning. And with the Queen of Swords and Ace of Swords here, I think that you want to clear the air with someone. I think there's somebody that you want to clear the air with, Scorpio, and you're wanting to, not only do you, is the King of Wands the middle of your spread, but you also have the Page of Wands as well. So it's wanting to, like I said, wanting to have that passionate new beginning with somebody, somebody you're desiring, you're missing, that you're dreaming about. With the Two of Cups here, it's somebody significant, somebody that you really desire, have a lot of desire and attraction for. And I'm even going to, I'm going to go as far as saying, even though this kind of stuff kind of makes me uncomfortable saying it, but I feel that passionate energy, that kind of spank bank energy, like I said, dreaming about them kind of thing, missing them. And, yeah, I'm seeing you wanting to give to the situation, Scorpio, but, I do see that you want to communicate. With that Page of Wands, I do see you wanting to reach out to them, but I'm seeing you wanting to have that, like I said, wanting to have that conversation, getting some truth and clarity around the situation. I think about where you stand with this person is what I really picked up. Is there somebody that you want to know where you stand with them, is what I'm really, really picking up on. That there's somebody you're missing here, and you're desiring to reach out and talk to them and know where you stand. Get some truth and clarity about where you stand with this person. That's what I have for you. Let's get the final 3 cards. Yeah. So I feel like, with the final cards, we have the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, it's really wanting to move, where towards your fortune, move in a direction. This is, like I said, something you desire. I definitely see that somebody that you desire, that you're wanting to gain clarity and wanting to invest in this relationship, because you feel like it could lead to your Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you're wanting to spin that wheel. You're, with that Chariot, you're wanting to move toward this person and understand where you stand with them. And that's what I have for you. I know it was a pretty quick message, but that's what came through, Scorpio. So if that resonated with you, please, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, and feel free to leave any comments down below. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, I do 3 different readings each and every week. And I also have been doing monthly overviews for each and every zodiac sign. So thank you so much for joining me, Scorpio. Well, that was quick. So what do we have after Scorpio? Oh my gosh, Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius. Man, it took me a minute here. And I didn't even really have to shuffle it. You got to me before I even was ready. That 7 of Cups like popped right out for you, Sagittarius. So thank you for joining me. So you're sitting in that 7. Wow, your cards are, man, you are feisty today. Feisty energy, Sagittarius. You're like, let me tell you what I want to talk to you about. So, so it looks like you're wanting to move. I think you're trying to figure out where you want to get, where you want to take. Give me a second here. Wow, okay. Yeah. I had to make sure, I wanted to confirm what I was feeling. I wanted to make sure I went in the right direction with the message. Okay, so your overall energy is this 7 of Cups. You're in that 7 of Cups. So, you know, it's you have choices. You have choices in love. And you with the High Priestess being in the middle of your spread, I think that you're not seeing all the opportunities available to you. Because the High Priestess can talk about what's hidden. It's also our intuition. It's things that we may not be aware of yet. You know, that we might have a deep understanding of, but it hasn't come to the surface yet. We may not be aware of it. So it's having to use, you know, that's why it's usually the card of intuition, because you have to go deep inside yourself to understand your truth, to bring that stuff up from your deep subconscious, your intuition up to the surface, so that you can see it for what it is. You can understand what your truth is in a situation. And so I feel like for you, Sagittarius, you are trying to use your intuition, trying to gain insight, you know, trying to really tap into your intuition, involving a connection, a soulmate connection. And I say that, I don't say that lightly, because you do have the 2 of Cups and the Lovers here. And so this is extremely significant connection here for you. But I get that you're on the fence with it. I get you're like, I think with the 7 of Cups, it's like you're trying to determine like which way to go. Because there's, in some aspects, this relationship has been a burden to you. But in other aspects, it's been your happiness, your son. You know, it's been a burden, but it's also brought you a lot of happiness. So it's like you're not sure and you know what to do in this situation, because you have a lot of love and a lot of desire for this person. A lot of love and a lot of desire, Sagittarius, for this person. But I feel like you're kind of in this place of I really think this week is you just trying to figure out what options you have, like which direction to go, which way to choose. And I think you're trying to understand, you know, which direction to go. You're trying to figure out what is the right direction for you, because you're trying to use your intuition to really figure out, you know, is this connection right? Can it be, you know, the happiness that you want? Or is it going to continue to be a burden? And that really speaks to the choice of the lovers. And I highly would recommend, if you haven't already, to watch my soul weather forecast, because the soul weather forecast for this week was about making a choice, and it talked about this lovers card and the fact that it can be a choice, that we have the choice of looking at a relationship from two different sets of eyes. We can look at it through the eyes of adversity and animosity, or we can look at it through desire and passion. And so we can either choose to, put positive energy into a relationship or negative energy into a relationship. It's what we choose. We have that choice of whether we feed a relationship or not. So I think that you're in that energy of that choice of whether you want to feed this relationship or not. And you're using your intuition to discern, what direction you want to go. What do you want to do? Do you want to feed this or not? What is that choice? You're trying to figure out what that choice is for yourself. And then once you figure that out, I think you're ready to move, to take swift action, to speak your truth, to carry that message across to whoever this is, for you. So we're going to go ahead and get 3 final cards to wrap this up. Man, your cards are just flying out, Sagittarius. Gosh, they're just flying out. That's the fastest the cards have come out for me. Oh man, you have a whole bunch of cards that come out. So we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords. It's finding out what's right, what's best, and what's right for you, and ready to speak that truth, ready to take action on your truth to bring your stability to what is right for you. And then we have the Moon in the center here, which is, like I said, there's things hidden that you haven't figured out yet. You're still trying to figure out what's hidden here, what your truth is. And once you figure out that truth, I think that you even have the Queen of Swords. So it could be, that with the King and Queen of Swords both coming out here, it could be that's that couple. And when you have a King and Queen of Swords, that's looking at things from a logical perspective versus love. And interesting enough, there's not a lot of cups on this table, or even in these final cards, but you do have the 4 of Wands here. So I think that you have the ability. I think what's hidden from you is the fact that there is potential stability here. There can be, this can lead to, that a stable relationship. But I think more love needs to be brought into the equation. I think, with this King and Queen of Swords here, this talks about a relationship that's more like at this mental level. It's the niceties. It's the pleasantries. It's there's not the deep relationship, like there's not those deep emotions. But I feel, Sagittarius, you have those deep emotions, for this person. That you do have those deep, a lot of love for this person, but it's not being expressed. The King of Cups usually, can hold back that love and not always show it. And especially if you're sitting, especially with this King and Queen of Swords coming out, it tells me that the love is not being expressed in this situation, which is possibly why it's been a burden, because the love is not being expressed in the best way possible in this relationship. And I think that's why there's things that are hidden from you. I think, the universe is saying there is the potential that this could be a stable relationship. But there is the Moon here. It's hidden, and we have the Hierophant that you're trying to understand the truth. You're trying to bring the things out that are hidden that you're not seeing. Why you're trying to understand, I think, why that that emotion isn't here in this relationship. The depth of the emotion isn't here. I think that's what you're trying to figure out, Sagittarius. So that's what I have for you this week. So if that did indeed resonate with you, please, I would appreciate you hitting that like button for me. I'd also love it if you subscribe to my channel. I do 3 different readings each and every week, and I also have been doing a monthly overview for each sign. So I would love to have you join me for sure, for sure. So thank you so much if you took the time to watch me this week. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorns out there, any that decided to join me this week. Whatever your Capricorn placement is, if you have Capricorn anywhere in your chart and you decided to join me to find out this, to see this reading, thank you so much. This is What Do You Need to Know? It's whatever comes in the card, so it can be any topic whatsoever under the blue moon. It's whatever I channel from the cards. It can be anything at all. So Capricorn, it looks like you're having a tough week too. I think one of the others, I want to say it was Libra, was having a really tough week mentally as well, and I think you are too. I think Capricorn, that you're working through some things. I think, you know, that you're taking some time to yourself. With this Hermit being your overall energy, you know, the Hermit talks about, you know, somebody that walks up on this very narrow path that only one person can fit on, you know, to go sit up there by themselves, to think about things, you know, to contemplate things, to look at things in their life. This is a solitary energy. It's you know, taking time to yourself, where you're, you know, you want to be alone. It's that alone time to really think about things. And you are definitely there, you know, with the middle of your spread being the 5 of Swords. That talks about being up in your head, can talk about self-sabotage. It can, you know, it can talk about, you know, those things where you get in your own way, you know, when you can get in your own way of something. And so I think that you're really looking at something where you might have got in your own way, especially with this Tower sitting here, you know, that something happened, something changed. And I'm really picking up on you're definitely trying to figure out what happened here. I really am picking up, Capricorn, that you just didn't understand how this Tower happened, how this fell apart. Because you've got the Page of Pentacles, so that's the card that, you know, card of apprentice. It's card of learning. It's trying to figure something out, you know. And then we also have the Hierophant here, so that also can talk about, you know, wisdom, trying to gain, you know, more wisdom on a topic, especially with that Hermit there as well. It's trying to understand something, where I think that you feel like you've self-sabotaged this situation. And even with the 7 of Swords, I'm picking up that self-deception, that you deceived yourself on something. And it kind of, I feel like it got away from you. And the reason I'm saying it, you feel like it got away from you, is this final row, this row over here. We have the 7 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. And all of those are walking away from the spread. They're all facing away from the rest of the cards, the rest of the spread. All of them on that edge are moving away, and they're all moving away, you know, from, you know, it's like trying to, that self-deception, moving away slowly, you know, toward, you know, moving in a different direction, slowly in a direction. And then 7 of Swords is moving away from something as well, usually a way of thinking. It's 6 of Swords. They, you know, a lot of people say it's moving on from choppy waters, but what it is, you know, it's swords, so it's mental. It's something that you learn. It's something that was, was conflict. You have that Five of Swords, so it's that self-sabotage, is something, mental conflict in your head. And so when we get the Six of Swords, it's realizing that you have the ability to pick up, learn that lesson, and move forward in a different direction. And so I really feel like for you, Capricorn, that something happened with this Tower, that shook your world and made you realize that it got you stuck in your head a little bit, where you were just like, I don't understand what happened here. And you're trying to learn that lesson with these cards of the Hierophant and the Hermit and the Six of Swords. It's trying to get that clarity, to learn, to determine what happened here, so that you can learn that lesson and move forward. Trying to bring justice to the situation for yourself, because I think that you are trying to determine how you self-sabotage, what caused this Tower moment in your life, that changed things, that changed the situation. And this can be any topic. It could be any situation in your life. It could be a job, it can be a relationship, it can be a romantic relationship. It could be, I don't know, you hurt yourself or got sick, and it sabotaged something, it caused something not to happen, or caused you to realize, anything that caused you, this Tower, whatever this Tower moment was, that made you realize that the way you were thinking about something, that you were self-sabotaging a situation in your life, that you were deceiving yourself in some way. That self-deception, Capricorn, is what I really am picking up on. And you're trying to learn how you self-sabotage this. That's what I get. So, yeah, you're trying to gain clarity. So this has been pretty rough. Whatever this was for you, whatever this Tower moment was, it had to come about because it was something that was a burden. It was something that needed to, and that's usually the case when a tower happens, it happens for a reason. The Tower shows up because it's saying that something that's going on in your life doesn't serve you. It's not for your highest good. It's not for your best benefit. And therefore, that needs to come down, whether it's a line of thinking, whether, a way of thinking, a way of limiting beliefs, or something physical in your world, a connection. It can be lots of different things, a job, a place to live. It can be lots of different things that may not serve you, and it's not for your highest good. And the universe kind of takes that out of the picture, so that, and shakes things up and takes it out of the picture for some reason. It can be as simple as you getting a flat tire and realizing you need a different car because your car's too old, and the universe is saying it's time to get a new car. It can be something that simple. It could be anything. So just keep that in mind, Capricorn. But you're definitely, with this Ace of Swords popping up here with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Wands, I believe that this is something that you did have, that was significant to you, something that you felt was significant to you, but it was also quite a burden. It was, the universe with that Tower moment was helping you put that burden down so that you could realize there's something better for you. There's something better yet to come. But you're still in that transition phase, Capricorn. You're still trying to discern what that truth is for you. Like I said, you're still, whatever that Tower moment was for you, whether it be a flat tire, whether it was a relationship ending, it can be so many different things for so many different Capricorns. But you're in that space right now, this week, the energy of trying to figure out the lesson in it. Figuring out why it happened is what I'm getting. You're trying to figure out what caused it, why it happened. But understand it happened for a reason, and you will get that clarity, you're looking for get that new start, to move on somewhere else. You are going to get that clarity, so that you need, and to, and be able to put that burden down. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. If that message did indeed resonate with you, I would definitely appreciate you hitting that like button, to help my words don't want to come out, to help my channel grow. I would appreciate that greatly. Also, if you want, if you feel so moved to subscribe to my channel, I do a few different readings each week, different ones. This one is one of them, plus the soul weather forecast and my weekend love vibes. I also do a monthly overview for each and every sign. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, onward to Aquarius. Hello, any Aquarians out there? Thank you so much for joining me this week. I appreciate you greatly. If you decided to take time out of your busy schedule to watch me this week, thank you so much. This is What Do You Need to Know? It's whatever comes through the universe wants to talk about, and I just pull the cards and then I channel whatever message wants to come through. So interesting enough, getting a few of the same cards as Capricorn, just in a different order. So that changes up the message in the energy just slightly. But you're sitting in a Seven of Swords energy. So, and I feel like you are moving on. Aquarius, I really feel like you are moving on from people in your life that are just, that you're tired of. This is what I'm picking up on. You're putting an end to this, because you are sitting in this Queen of Pentacles energy. You're abundant, you're nurturing, you're the Queen of Pentacles has, they're extremely abundant. They have all kinds of stuff and stability around them, because they've planted those seeds, they've grown their garden, they've harvested the fruits of their hard work and labor, so that they can sit back and enjoy life and enjoy the abundance. They attract abundance to them. They can just sit there and enjoy life and enjoy the fruits of their labor. I feel that that is you, Aquarius, that you are in that energy, and that with the Seven of Wands, this is you moving away, sneaking away from anything that is in this deceptive energy. Like I said, you're done with that, with this Ten of Swords and that death right there. You're putting an end to that. You're putting an end to anything that is painful, anyone that causes you pain. You're tired of anyone that causes you pain, that lies to you, mistreats you. You aren't going to give to that anymore. You're done with that. You're ready to just move on, and you're wanting peace in your life. I see that peace in your life. You're wanting to have that peace. With the Temperance being here, I'm really getting a strong vibe of peace, because this can talk about the angels, your guardian angels surrounding you, and I'm getting that vibe as well. That's why I said that peace. I feel contentment, peace, big time off of these cards. And so I think that you're protected. You're divinely protected at this time, and you're kind of just enjoying life and wanting to go about your own business and not deal with anyone that's deceptive, that causes you pain. I'm really getting that. You're moving on to things that make you happy, that you desire. You're that Page of Wands. You're going out there and exploring life. Seeing what's out there. Seeing what's out there, standing in your truth. Ready to move forward, because you have that clarity and understanding of what you want in your life. You've done. You've looked inside yourself, and you know what you want, and you're going after it. With that Page of Wands energy, you're ready to, it's almost a little bit of that full energy of ready to just put yourself out there and go in the direction you want, and not deal with fools, not deal with anyone that is going to be childish, that's going to cause you pain, that you're just not going to put energy into those types of things. You're putting that to an end. You're just wanting to like I said, sit in that Queen of Pentacles in peace and abundance and happiness and joy, and just stay there. You're not wanting to entertain anyone that comes in the wrong kind of energy. And I think I'm getting a little bit of, with that, the Hermit card, I'm getting that, almost kind of, I'm really getting a wise woman, wise man, healer type energy off of this. So, some of these Aquariuses, if you're Aquarius and you're feel like you're a healer type, this definitely speaks. I feel like it's speaking to you, because I feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge. You've gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and yeah, you've got, like I said, got your guardian angels got around you, protecting you at this time, and you're trying to just be at peace, just be happy. But we do have, like, I feel like this is, these final cards are really, you have the 10 of Wands, the Sun in reverse, and the Emperor. So I really feel like you're, that burden is like anything that is a burden that is not your happiness. Like I said, you're putting an end to that. And I think you're being that Emperor, who takes decisive action. The Emperor builds the life that he wants. He goes after, takes action, and bursts into reality. Like the Empress, like burst is the creativity and the ideas and the nurturing creative juices and energy, where the Emperor, that divine masculine energy, is the one that grounds it in reality, that takes that idea and takes action on it and makes it happen. So it's like, you have decided, with this Emperor being here, you have decided for yourself to, implement this, to make this a reality for yourself. Like I said, to put an end to anything that is a burden, that's pain, that doesn't bring you happiness. You're not going to stand for that. You're going to stomp that out and just, do your own thing, do what makes you happy, what brings you peace. Not allow anyone that has those deceptive, that's sitting in deceit, backstabbing, any of that, those kind of energies, anyone that brings you pain or anything, anyone, that you're just not going to put up with that. You're just going to, you're going to put your foot down and do what you need to do to stay in this Queen of Pentacles energy, okay, which is kind of like just one step under the Empress. So I really feel like it's almost like you're balanced out of your energies. You're almost there. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. If that did indeed resonate with you, I would definitely appreciate if you would hit that like button down below to help my channel grow. Also, if you're drawn to do so, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel and join all of us here each week. I do 3 different readings every week, and also a monthly overview for each sign. So I would love to have you for those as well. So thank you so much if you join me. I do appreciate you. Also, feel free to leave any comments down below that you feel moved to leave. I would love to hear from you. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. On to Pisces. Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So this is what do you need to know for this week. And it's basically a potluck. It's whatever the universe wants to, whatever cards want to come out, whatever the universe wants to talk to. I just channel through the cards, whatever message comes through based on the cards that come up. It can be any topic under the blue moon. I do not know what's going to come up. Be anything and everything. So what'd you put it into? You got the Death card as your overall energy, Pisces. So you put it into something. Into a relationship, possibly? Or into a cycle in a relationship. Let's see what comes up here. So this was something that was pretty, I think, okay. So I think that you're just tired. You're tired. You put an end to something because you were tired. I feel like this was a relationship. I know we say soulmate, but a soulmate can be a friend, it can be a relative, it doesn't always have to be a romantic partner. Soulmates can be anybody and everyone it can be anybody you cross paths with that you have a significant tie and relationship with. So I'm saying that for a reason, because I don't always make that clarification. So there is a reason I am making that clarification, so be aware of that. So because this may not be a romantic relationship, but I do feel like it is relationship centric in general. So this is someone that that you had to put an end to a situation. Now what it's hard. Okay, so I don't know. I'm trying to gauge what you put into. I keep feeling that this has drug on. Something has dragged on, and it has required a lot of strength. This relationship has required a lot of strength and patience on your part, Pisces. And you have invested time and effort into this, but it's left you in it's left you with some. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of guilt around whatever this you're wanting to put to an end, Pisces. There's this feeling of a little bit of regret, and I feel like it's made you have to guard your heart a little bit, because it has required you so much strength, and it's been going on for a while, and it's required for you to have patience in this. And I see, you wanting to move away from the situation, to move out of those energies with the Six of Swords here. So there was the desire to move on from this situation, that you felt you needed to put an end to it. Can I get clarification on what this ending is? What this Death card? Can I get clarification on this Death card, please? Can I get some clarification on this Death card? Okay. So Pisces, this is something that required a judgment on your part. Okay, so something had to intervene here, and because I think a decision needed to be made that wasn't being made. So the universe kind of interfered and helped make the decision for you and put an end to this, because I have, for clarification on the Death card, I have the Tower, Judgment, and the Two of Wands. So this was a decision that needed to be made that wasn't being made. So the universe had to, make a judgment on this, brought the Tower down. So basically made the decision for you, in a sense. because and put an ending to something because it had gone on and on and on and on, round and round. It kept requiring you strength. It kept going on. Like I said, I kept feeling this around and around, that it was requiring a lot of strength on your part, that it was requiring patience. It's something that's been going on for a long time. And but the fact that this ended did make, and that you had to move away from it, did make you feel a little bit guilty, because I felt guilt off of that that 5 of Cups, like a feeling guilty about that the tower fell, maybe, that this ending that this ending happened, because I don't think you were fully ready for it to happen. I think that the universe stepped in and put an ending to something that needed to end, that was an ending that needed to end, is what I really feel, Pisces. So let's get the final cards from the universe. What are they? Anything you want to add to this, please? Let's get 3 final cards. What do you want? Is there anything you want to add to this before we wrap this up for this week? Anything you want to add, universe? 3 final cards, please. Okay, so it reinforced that 6 of Swords, that you definitely need to move on from this, Pisces. You needed to move on from this. It's telling you definitely need to move on from this. You need to gain your independence, and have a new beginning somewhere else. That Ace of Swords, it's like you need to get, clarity needed to happen. You need to have, a new beginning somewhere else, because there just definitely wasn't something that was serving you here, whatever this ending was. Like I said, the universe stepped in and put an end to something that had gone on far, far too long, and is making you move away towards your independence, Pisces. It says, universe is saying that there's something better out there, that you need to move away from this. You need to get, you need to be independent right now. You need to be single and independent right now, that this wasn't serving you, whatever that was, that crumbled and died, that something came to an end, whether that be a way of thinking, whether that be a situation, a person, whether that, it can be many things that had to come to an end, whatever, a way of thinking, or a situation, whatever that is. You have to figure that out for yourself, but it had to, if something came to an end, like I said, if you have a new way of thinking of something, it was all, it needed to happen so that you could gain your independence, so you could be more independent and stand on your own, is what it's like you almost had a little bit of fear of being independent, like almost a little bit of a codependency, on whatever this was. There was a codependency here, which is why it went on too long, and why it took so much patience, because you kept being patient with the situation, but it required a lot of strength on your part, which is why you feel guilty, because you kept it going longer than you realized that it should have been going on, because I think there was a little bit of codependence here. You were afraid of moving on and standing on your own and being independent, which is why you feel you were too afraid to move on, and the universe almost forced you to have to move on so that you could gain your independence and realize that you are able to do this without this situation in your life, Pisces. Yeah, that was the message. Really channeled and tapped into something there. That was pretty, that was definitely for a Pisces out there, or many of you, it was definitely, feel that was definitely coming through, that came through strong at the end. So that's the message I have for you this week, Pisces. If that message did indeed resonate with you, I do hope that you'll consider hitting that like button. I'd love for you to also subscribe to my channel. I do a few different readings each and every week, plus a monthly overview for each sign now. So I would love to have you join me. It's free to subscribe, and then you get to enjoy and join me each week for my readings. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Also, feel free to leave any comments you feel like leaving below. Thank you again. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much.